So I've always been hesitant about selling IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance, because I felt like it doesn't serve the client. I've been focusing on um, term life insurance, which you can get in increments of 10, 20, or 30 years. So if you're 40 years old, for example, you can get a $1 million policy for, say, $100 for 30 years. And a great part about this, people always think, oh, life insurance, I have to die and then collect the money. That's not true. The insurance companies now are being very aggressive with the way they're offering their policies because they want to be competitive with other insurance companies. And they're offering they're offering living benefits with their policies now. It's kind of bundled in. So getting a life insurance, a term life insurance with living benefits, I feel, in my opinion, is the best option for my clients because the premium, your monthly payment is really low and your face value or your death benefit is really high. And a great part about it too, so basically, like I was giving a generic example, if you're 40 years old and you're healthy, non-tobacco user, you could get $1 million policy for $100, which is really, really good. What does that mean? It means that you're going to have a living benefit. It means you're going to have a policy. You're going to pay $100 to the insurance company, and the insurance company is going to you're going to transfer the risk from you to the insurance company, and the insurance company is going to say, in the event of an accident or illness, we will give you the $1 million to use it however you like. You can go on a vacation, you can pay off your car, you can pay off your house, you can use it for LTC, long-term care, you could use it however you like. It's your money, you could do whatever you want to do with it, okay? Now, if you die and you have your beneficiaries as your spouse and your children, and you have it split up, like say if you have 2 children, so you would give each child 25% of your death benefit, and you would give your spouse 50%. So the wife gets $500,000 in the event you die, and each child gets $250,000. She gets $500,000, and each child gets $250,000. So that's a really, really good deal, considering you're only investing $100. Another thing too, you have to keep in mind that people tend to not pay attention to the policy could start today. We're in July. July just started. In August, which is in 30 days, you could get into some type of an accident where you're unable to perform 2 daily tasks like bathing and eating. If that ever happens, the policy will pay out. So you'll have your $1 million in 30 days. So here you are, you spent $100, and in 30 days, you became a millionaire. And sometimes, at no fault of your own, I've given examples in the past where I've been living in Raleigh for over 2 years now, and I got into 4 accidents. In all 4 accidents, I was completely stopped. I wasn't even moving. The vehicle was completely stopped, and people hit me. Okay? 2 of those accidents, I was in a parking lot with the seatbelt on, and the vehicle's in park, and I still got hit. Fortunately, all these 4 accidents weren't severe accidents. So I didn't have to get to the hospital. I didn't have to be hospitalized. I didn't have to, which I'm very thankful, of course. I prefer to um, live my life the way I wish and be very healthy and mobile than get 10, $20 million. Money could help, but not in a situation like that. If I'm bedridden, what am I going to do with the money? It's going to be useless to me. So, lucky for me, nothing happened. But I have witnessed severe accidents. Um, when I transferred my licenses, my life and health insurance licenses from Ohio to North Carolina, it took a little bit of time. So meanwhile, I was doing Uber just to generate some income. And I got to spend a lot of time on the road, and I got to see the craziness. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the capital, so it's quite busy. The traffic or the population explosion here, it's absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like this. These subdivisions are being built everywhere, 1,000 apartments, and they estimate 25 to 30,000 people move to North Carolina every single month. That's great, crazy numbers. That's 1,000 people moving to North Carolina every single day. They do have a lot of tech companies here. They have a lot of pharmaceutical companies, so employment is definitely available. But anyway, let me get back to the life insurance thing. Again, I want you guys to think of it as it's something that's it could pay out immediately. It could pay out within 30 days. It could pay out, and God forbid, I hope you never have to deal with it, of course. But you could have it for a couple months, and then it could pay out. So don't think long term, oh, when I'm 90 years old, I'm going to see that money. No, that's not what it is. If you look at our food, if you look at the water, if you look at the medication, everything's polluted, everything's carcinogenic, everything is harmful. Everything we deal with today, like even as simple as eating bread, it's poisonous. I was watching this Joe Rogan show. He always invites a lot of experts on the show, and they were saying how one of his buddies actually orders his wheat from Italy, all the way from Italy. He owns a pizza place or a sub place, whatever. But it's unbelievable how everything we eat, we have a risk of cancer. So as far as getting sick, it's inevitable. You are going to get sick. And as far as death, I can guarantee you're going to die. So either way, you're going to cash out on that winning lottery ticket. It's a matter of when, not if. So even if you don't use the money yourself, say if you do become very sick and you die, or you get into a major accident and you die, at least you'll leave behind a legacy. You'll have a family. Maybe you didn't come from a millionaire family or a wealthy family, but you can create one yourself by investing $100. Many of us go out and insure our homes, insure our cars, and the assets that we have, but we never insure ourselves. So the minute something does happen to us and we aren't able to produce that income anymore, you start losing your assets slowly. You have to give the house to the bank. You have to the vehicle will get repoed, and whatever it is that you have in your savings, that will get depleted very quickly. People have the misconception of thinking, oh, I have $250,000 in the bank in savings. I have $300,000-$400,000 in the bank, thinking it's a nice cushion, they can live off of it. But people don't understand the number one cause of bankruptcies is medical bills. And when we get older and we get sicker, we're constantly going to the hospital. We're constantly paying money to the doctors and to the doctors and hospitals. And doctor visits are not cheap at all. You could literally spend $250,000, $250,000 in less than a year. being in a hospital. We all know how expensive it is. But anyway, guys, I just want to build a self-awareness, letting you know that by investing $100 today into a policy that will protect you and protect your family, no one has to die. Please, I want you to remember this. I'm going to say that on my last video, I said it 5 times. This time I'm going to say it twice. No one has to die. No one has to die. There's living benefits. It will pay you in the event of an accident or illness. Very simple, guys. So going back to the very initial point that I wanted to make this video for, I don't like to sell IUL because I feel like it's not an IUL, Index Universal Life policy, because I feel it's not a great deal for the client. But I do feel term insurance is a great deal. And one thing I want to also mention, it just popped in my head. If you have children, if you have a child that's 2 weeks old, a child or grandchild, and you want to get them a policy, as long as they're 2 weeks old, we can get them a policy right away. Somebody that's in their early 20s can get a $10 million policy today. So you can get that. You can get policies on your children, and you can name yourself as a beneficiary, you and your spouse as a beneficiary. So in the event something does happen to these children, at least you'll have that money to protect them, to take care of them. So the reason I recommend the children part, because it's a very small investment. And basically you spend $100 and you get a $10 million policy. I mean, that's going to be the best investment you've ever done in your whole life, actually. No medical exam required. It's all done over the phone. Call me. I'm going to put my phone number on the screen. And there was another point that I wanted to mention. I don't remember what it is. I'm kind of like just thinking off the top of my head. I didn't have any bullet points written down. So you guys just listen. It's very simple. Life insurance is designed to help you when you're alive. It's called life insurance, okay, not called death insurance. If you can get a $1 million policy for $100, that's a win-win in my opinion. And the policy says you can transfer the risk to us in the event of sickness. Instead of an accident or an illness, we'll pay you $1 million. Okay, no one has to die. If you really think about pizza, coffee, and all the little things that we spend all throughout the month, we spend $100 every month on little things that we don't even pay attention to. So if you want to look at your budget and kind of conserve, I'm pretty sure you can squeeze out $100, which is not a big deal. That's in 30 days, just $100. And protect yourself in the event you develop cancer, heart attack, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, any of that stuff. You can take that diagnosis and go to the life insurance company and collect your $1 million, or even more, depending on how healthy you are and whether you're a tobacco user or not. You can always be eligible for more. Think about this, guys. It's a very simple solution. Yeah, it's a simple solution, but some people, I feel like every time I make my videos, I don't build enough value, or I don't explain it enough. Don't think of it like the death benefit is a great thing. When you die, your family's going to collect. That part is fine and dandy. But you have to understand there's a lot of living benefits that are available for you. The living benefits, what you should focus on. And you should never, ever buy a life insurance policy without living benefits. The living benefits saying that when you die, you have your death benefit that will go to your heirs or your beneficiaries. Or if you get sick, you have your living benefits, and that money will go to you to use however you like. Yeah? So you guys give me a call, 910-447-6508. or comment One Life, and I will personally reach out and let you know what you qualify for. I hope today's video was helpful. Again, my number is, you can text One Life to that number, or you can comment One Life on that video. Again, the number is 910-447-6508. I'm located here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm going to leave a link to my website in this video, and it's also going to be available in my bio if you guys want to check it out. For those of you guys that are do-it-yourself, you're a beast and you like to go in and just do it yourself, welcome to do that also. You don't even have to have a conversation with me. Just click on the link, go onto the website, and see what your options are. What else do I want to share with you? Comment One Life, and I'll personally reach out, or text One Life to 910-447-6508, or click on the link below this video or the link in the bio. And if you want to kind of do it yourself, welcome to do that. But I'm telling you guys, it's your last I love you. You know what I mean? Like, say if you die after many years, and just something simple, like say final expense, like funeral would cost maybe $10,000, $20,000. Why would you want to burden your family with that if you don't have to? You know what I mean? If you can spend $100 and prevent that financial burden on your family, why not do that? That's a very small investment to prevent such a huge problem. Also pay off mortgage. Instead of having to pay a mortgage in 30 years or whatever, in the event you get sick and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? How am I going to pay my mortgage? That's when the life insurance policy is going to come in and give you your face value. You get that $1 million and you can pay off the house, pay off the car, take the kids, go on a vacation, go to Disney. If there's something that you wanted to do with your children for many years and you weren't able to do it before, now you can. There's so many things you can do with living benefits. And if you didn't come from a wealthy family, you can make a wealthy family by having life insurance. It's all about planning. You have to plan. Oh, one thing I want to mention that's really, really key. That's a key point to this. When you receive your money, life insurance is not reported to the IRS, so you get it tax-free. You get all that money tax-free to you, directly to you, to do whatever you want to do with it. Again, I don't like to recommend IULs. I know they're pretty hot and everybody's selling them right now, but I don't feel like it's the best value for my clients. I like to keep it very clean. $100, $1 million, get sick, get into an accident, get paid. Very clean policy, very direct, very straightforward. And it will protect you for 30 years. So if you're 30 now, that will protect you till you're 60. If you're 40, it'll protect you up to 70. So, between here and 70 years old, you're going to get sick or you're going to die or something's going to happen, considering how our food system and water system and just pollution everywhere, even in the air, So getting sick it seems like it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And when it happens, instead of that moment being a disastrous moment, instead of being a catastrophic moment, it's going to be joy because you no longer have to work. You'll pay off the car, you pay off the house, have money in the bank, take care of the children, take care of the spouse. You're going to be able to stop working, but still be able to enjoy life. Where if it was the other way around, and if you get sick and you don't have any insurance, and then you're going to be dealing with a lot of financial anguish. You lose all your assets. The family's going to feel the pain. The spouse is going to feel the pain, and it's going to be awful. You're going to liquidate your asset very, very quickly if you don't have a plan B. You need something to fall. You need something to fall back on in the event something does happen. 910-447-6508. Thank you, guys. The link is in the bio. Comment One Life, and I will reach out personally. Have a wonderful day, and happy 4th. Is this video still